barrels, like the short barrels with the wheat whiskey right there. It's gonna be super short.
Super short, like
5% in there. Like it's we can't use it for anything. You know what I mean?
just drink it then.
I mean, yeah. Right now.
Guys, listen, we're back at Whiskey TV. I want to put a couple questions together. I've got Richard here, so he's got perspective more than I have, and we're actually about to go on a trip together. So I'm gonna leverage basically you and me sitting and going through a couple different journeys. But I would tell you this, man. I love having a good whiskey coach and a whiskey guide. Richard, Tim, Chance, Buck, James. I go down the line, man. Jimmy. These are whiskey folks, man. So we talked in another episode, because we still got to close that one out, about one of your favorite thing or the first thing you learned about whiskey, man. What is it that you enjoy most about whiskey, Richard?
Well, I do love the way I experience it personally, like the way it tastes, the way it smells, the way it can transport you to a memory, or it makes you think of something that you had or tasted as a child, or it can bring you back. And in a lot of ways, it's nostalgic that way. I mean, there are notes where I can smell something and it makes me think of a candy I had when I was 7 or something like that. And that part's cool.
Now tell me this, because I think we can go down the good side. What's the worst thing about whiskey?
Man, corner cutters, people cheating the game, people ripping people off. It's not like anytime you get into a hobby, you join the community behind that hobby. I will say the whiskey community is by and large the biggest group of nice people, kind people that'll give you the shirt right off their back. Now, every community is going to have outliers. They're smallest in the whiskey community, I found, over like guitar or some of the other things that I've been into. But still, people that are, in it for themselves, not in it for the community, people that are trying to pull a fast one on people, or move stuff and not take care of the people that sent them money. All sorts of different, just anybody trying to bamboozle someone or trick somebody or not represent themselves, that kind of thing.
It's like paying for a pit bull and a chihuahua shows up.
Yeah, 100%.
I bought a pit bull. They're like, no, here's a bulldog. You can have this one now. Yeah. Isn't that crazy, man? So we're going to get into this weeded thing, and I'm asking him a few more questions, guys. As I said, there are 60 videos I got to put together myself. Leverage Richard when he's here. Some of the questions can be literally compiled, and he's the wizard here in terms of living in the barrel house. His job is to live here, figure out what goes with what, how to leverage all this good whiskey. And again, my job is to tell the story. Both mine, his, and the blenderies as we keep it whiskey. So let's go and get into this wheat that you said has got about 2 pours in it.
It's low.
How does that happen, Richard?
It was a great barrel, and we've used it for a few things, and you can't always use it because we blend so intentionally. You know what I mean? It's like if you have a spice and you only need a tablespoon of it, and you don't need it again for a little while. That's kind of how it happens. And we've talked about kind of Angel's loss, and as barrels sit, they can lose the contents of them over time, especially in this climate here in Texas. So that's part of it, but it's mostly because we blend in the quantities that we need. We don't blend to maximize the use of barrels or business. It's more to maximize the flavor profile. So sometimes you find barrels like this, or that rye we had last week, where there's not a ton of it still sitting in there because this is all that we didn't need out of it. The tape here says 5%. No reason to really even mix it up if it's that low. And the copper cup, you have to send the cup back down. Yeah, so it's that low.
Nothing came out?
There's a puddle in the bottom of the cup. I mean, you can hear it thud, you know what I mean?
Oh no, that thing is knocking like somebody's at the door.
Yeah.
There is no whiskey in there, people.
But I bet it's delicious. It might give us a splinter, but I bet it's delicious.
Dude, I don't think I've ever swallowed no splinter, bro. That would suck.
I'm trying to use the pour hole through there. I'll take this one.
Imagine a splinter being stuck in your throat. That would suck. Now, what about this whiskey went so well with so many other whiskeys that you had to keep using it to the point where it's a drop left?
Well, it was a powerhouse. It's the last barrel in this barrel house of just wheat whiskey. So it's not a wheated bourbon. It's the last of the 700s that we have, which are wheat whiskey. And you could blend with it. You could make 4 grains with it. It brought in breadier components to it. It made a beautiful leather kind of note pop. I hope we get more of these in because they're a blender's dream as a tool. You know what I mean, to work with. They do a whole lot.
So this is the hammer or the nail. Which one?
I'd take both, man. This could have been a single barrel, and it would have been fine. But instead, we stretched it and made 7 things really, really good. You know what I mean? And when it came time for the 8th, there was only 5% left in the barrel. There wasn't enough.
You know, guys, I think we've hit that last drop, man. There's nothing else we can do about it.
Yeah, and this is a little dry, extra leathery right now. It almost tastes like the way a new pair of shoes smells, but like nice shoes, like Doc Martens or something. Like, you know what I mean? Not sneakers. Like it smells like fine leather goods.
Guys, and that's perspective, man. Now again, you watched. Hey, what's the first thing you learned about whiskey? We're gonna get a couple more perspectives on that. What's the best thing you've learned about whiskey, Richard?
The best thing I've learned about whiskey is 2 things. One, that you can take 2 whiskeys that aren't great and put them together and make a whiskey that's great. That's magic to me. That's a life hack. That's a beautiful thing when that happens. The second thing is, again, it's that community, man. I know we keep coming back to that, and we say it all the time, but I've met some of the best people I know through whiskey. And these are people, I'm about to move. These are people that are, hey, man, if you need any help with anything, let me know, and they'll be there. You know what I mean? Real, genuine people.
I would agree, man. Just, I tell you, man, being at the house on a Monday, and you see these people come together and just enjoy themselves and have that peace. And I mean, we're talking Monday, man. Some of them didn't even leave till like 12. Like, bro, y'all just hanging out.
Yeah.
I got to go home. Now they're at home, man. But I would concur. So when you are bringing the best whiskey to the table with the best people, and then you turn around, hey, what are some bad experiences? Well, you know, people gonna be people, so can't control everything. What's one other thing you want people to know about whiskey, man? Because again, my first thing I learned, as I said, was not to drink, not to take a shot of it.
Sure. Yeah. That true. Yeah. From basics, drinking it out of a tulip-shaped glass.
Yeah.
Smell it. Don't shoot it. Push it to the front of your mouth first.
Yeah.
Then trap it. Then send it back with intention. Then take a breath. If it's a higher proof thing, take a small sip first. Make sure you like it. That kind of thing. And make sure you're sharing it with good people. And don't have a preconceived notion where I don't want to try that because I don't like stuff from that place. Like, nah, man, everything's different every single time. Might change your mind. Try as many things as you can try. And if the worst thing that happens is you take a sip that you need to spit it out on the ground, you live, you learn, and try it again next time, because it might be that changes and not the spirit, and that's part of your journey as well.
Well, guys, that was literally question number 4. I was going to ask, what are all the things you need to know about whiskey? He basically kind of summed it up, and he didn't even know it. But my first 4 questions, I like to keep things simple when I'm building communication out, and you can make small, short forms of this stuff. So I think in another video, Richard, we'll go through kind of like barrel hacking and barrel breaking down barrels, because that's the next thing I learned. For me, it was like, so, Tim, if you could, you said whiskey comes out of this barrel. Then I went and read about the history of how things were shipped and why they use certain wood, because certain wood it's more spongy, which doesn't allow things to seep. Certain wood you could put sand in, and there's certain wood you can't put nothing in. So in this case, what we do is white oak bourbon, I believe. Well, white oak,
Yep.
for the purposes of bourbon, spongy, but objectively, after I read it, I said, oh, that barrel is just a sugar cube. And when you add alcohol to it, it morphs into something that's super unique. And then I got to prove, well, what makes it unique? What doesn't make it? Isn't that crazy? It's like somebody's phone ringing, but it's like loud as hell.
Then you get to wild growth forests versus planted forests versus trees that could branch out versus trees that were planted seed to seed and shrunk out. It's a nerd rabbit hole.
I'm not there yet. I don't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I shall learn.
Yeah.
Guys, keep it whiskey. Stay tuned. Thank you for watching. What got you into whiskey? What's the first thing you learned about whiskey? What makes whiskey whiskey? And what do you enjoy most when it comes to whiskey? Guys, keep it whiskey.